Hello and welcome to another opinion piece on, well, games that have been released this year. Today I'm going to look at Xbox One games. The one console that I haven't been so interested in, and this year haven't been any different because of that. Because, well, let's look at the games basically. Big releases this year that I know about. The majority have been released in the fall, so now I'm looking at the list that have been released, and let's see if there is any that I know about in the first part of the year, this is spring. Scream Ride, I thought about it. Didn't look like a console game, so wasn't interested in it. So yeah. Ori and the Blind Forest. Looks really fun, but I want a physical copy of it. That is one of the main reasons I didn't test it out. It was also released on PC, but I will probably have bought it on Xbox One and bought on Xbox One if it was physical released. So yeah. Was it more there? No. Neverwinter. One of the few MMORPGs. It is coming to PlayStation 4 at this how they announced, so it is exclusive at the moment. So I don't really care for MMOs on consoles, so I never played anything on PlayStation 4 or Xbox 360 or something like that. But in April, did they release anything in April? I don't think so. State of Decay Year 1 Survivor Edition. It didn't look that interesting. What I have seen, it haven't been that much of an improvement over the Xbox 360 game, so I am not really interested in this edition basically. So yeah, let's look at May. The majority of the games they have released on Xbox One for the first half of the year have basically been smaller games in my opinion, and most of them they haven't really advertised that well. The only one that they have actually advertised really big was Ori and the Blind Forest, and at this moment I don't really know if anyone remembers it, and that is a sad thing because it looks really fun and really interesting. So yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nothing in June, July, nothing really. Not that I can see. Nope. Now we are going into the fall. August. Smite. Console exclusive. I don't know if it will be released on other consoles, but I don't really play MOBAs, so didn't really care for it. What is it called? The Rare Collection. One of the most interesting games of this year in my opinion on Xbox One, but yeah, not that interesting, so I will buy a whole new console for it. Gears of War Ultimate Edition. I liked Gears of War 2, the only game I played in that series, but it didn't make me interested enough to actually buy a console. In September release Forza 6, a racing game. I don't play racing games, so don't really interested in that. October, Halo 5 Guardians. I have really bad things about that game. What I can see is only the fans really like it. All the new players don't like it at all because what I can see is that if you haven't played any of the other games, or if you haven't read any of the books or anything in the universe, you will not understand that much of this game. It is also that it is one of the shortest campaigns in the series, and it is also that it ends on a cliffhanger. All of that is bad things in my opinion, and I never really liked Halo, but this one makes me not really want to play it at all. So yeah. Let's see. Timed exclusive Rise of the Tomb Raider. The only real big game that I really was interested in this year on the Xbox One. But because it's releasing next year on other consoles, I will buy it. Or it is going to be released on PC and PlayStation 4. I'm going to wait. I will not buy right now in prices in Sweden 3,000 crowns, Swedish crowns worth of hardware for just one game. Yeah. And the final game that they haven't really I haven't announced a release date for is Fable Legends. Doesn't look interesting in my opinion. It is somewhat kind of like Evolve, Crashed and Burned. This has some similar fashion. It is one villain against a group of heroes. Yeah. Overall, I think it has. They call this one of the best years in Xbox history when it comes to release games. In my opinion, it is mediocre at best. Last year was much better in my opinion for Xbox One because it had Sunset Overdrive, for starter, Forza Horizon that actually looked like an interesting racing game, but of course I didn't decide to not buy anything of that. And even the Master Chief Collection looked more interesting than Halo 5 this year. But I don't really like Halo at all. So yeah. So in my opinion, Xbox One have had a bad year. Even if they have had some gems here and there, they could have had much better games. Some of these games feels like they rushed them, like Forza, Halo 5. I mean, Halo 5 could have been much better if they just had given more time to the game. But of course, release date is a release date. If you don't hold it, you will get flack for it. So yeah. That's all my opinion on Xbox One this year. Hope to see you next time. Bye.